the Gaahleri Mobius GT Premium. If you ever have to disassemble, do some maintenance or some deep cleaning on this, here's a quick guide on how to do so. First thing I will remove is the front of the air cap protective cover. Then there's a little hold down ring here which holds that air cap in place. And the air cap will slide right off. Now you can grab the nozzle and pull that off like so. I will move to the back end and release that control knob just by giving it a couple turns. It's for your fluid control, where however far you turn that in and out will determine how far your needle moves back and forth. Now I will take off the back handle. Loosen this needle chuck screw. You can loosen it and kind of leave it on and pull your needle out through the front or the back. I'll go ahead and finish removing that screw. And next is this little screw here which goes in and out, and this determines your needle tension on the trigger. Depending how far you have it in and out will determine how much pressure you have when you're pulling that trigger. So I'll go ahead and finish removing that. Be careful when you do, because now the needle chuck and spring want to come out. Here's your needle spring and the needle chuck. Now you can remove the last little component of this, which is the what do they call this? The waist plate. So here's your waist plate. And also be careful when you do that, because now the spring wants to fall out and the slide cam in the body could fall out easily too now. So I guess I will go ahead and remove this trigger. And this is done by holding on the flat part on the back and grabbing some precision flathead screwdriver and giving it a little turn. This is a two-piece screw, so keep in mind of that. Once you do that, the other one will kind of just come out too, and then that lever will fall right off. Now you can give that slide cam a little push, and it usually comes right out. Oh no, the air valve is holding it at the moment, it feels like. So let's go ahead and remove the bottom of this handle. They all come standard with a quick disconnect, so I'll take that off of there, giving you access to this screw here which holds the handle in place. Your grip, handle, grip, however you'd like to call it. Now this will expose the extended shaft as well as the air valve. I gave that a little twist here. This is two components here. One is just an extension, and the other piece is the air valve with the spring and plunger in it. So once I take that apart, the plunger and spring will fall right out. Now I'm pretty sure that slide cam will come right out. Let's give it a little push. Got a little maintenance tool in there, and that slide cam pops right out. Now the piece that fell out here goes on top of the plunger. It's normally rests right on there, and that's what kept that slide cam from popping out earlier. Another thing to remove still on the front end would be the mag valve for your air adjustment. Give you a little bit more precision at the tip. And this is the head unit here. There are two O-rings here should you ever need to service them. So here's most of the body. Last thing would be the packing screw inside that body there. All you need is a maintenance tool or a long extended flathead screwdriver. And give it a little twist. It usually comes right out on your tool. I usually like to keep it on here. Now you can service and clean and maintain anything you need to do before putting it back together. Okay, so now it's time to put it back together. I still have my packing screw on the end of the tool, so I'll just put that back into place. Any maintenance tool works pretty good, or any long extended precision flathead screwdriver works as well. So just tighten that up, but don't go too tight. You want just enough tension where it blocks that paint, but you need enough tension where that needle moves. If you put it in there and that needle falls out of the body, you're gonna need to tighten it up just a little bit more. There's not enough going on to block that paint. So just give it a little bit more of a turn and get somewhere when it's tight, and then you'll know when it's ready. Still a little bit loose there, so I'll go just a little bit further. If you go too far, then the needle will be too tight. Like right now, I feel like if I put the trigger on, it is stopping from falling out, but I feel like it's gonna be too tight to pull that trigger. So I have to back it up just slightly. Just a little bit. There, that feels a lot better. It's not falling out, and it should be just enough for that trigger tension. Now I will install the mag valve back onto the front of the body. One extra little turn there. And I'll move on to the front end. I'll install this head unit. Take note there are 2 O-rings on the end of there if you need to replace them. If you do see bubbles in this area around the body, this could be a malfunction of that O-ring, or that's not on tight enough. Now once that head unit is on, I can push the nozzle back into place till it feels nice and flat, and put the air cap back on. Now I'll grab my hold down ring and lock it into place. Now I can put the protective cover back on. Now that that's on, it's a good time to put the slide cam back in, taking note of where that angle is on the end, also putting a little bit of grease on here if needed. Just slide that back into the body, give it a little help, and it'll fall right back down. Like I mentioned, that angle there needs to be facing to the front, so when that trigger's on there, it has that groove to push it back. It won't function the other way around. Now you can put the slide cam spring back in. Now I will have to build the needle chuck components. So let's see, here's the needle chuck with the needle spring. Grab your waist plate here. Install the hexagon facing forward till it pops out like so. And now you can install the needle tension screw. For your trigger, the trigger tension screw. Now if you give that a push, you'll feel that nice little spring back. Now you can install the waist plate onto the body. Okay, once that's on, I'll go ahead and put my needle back in. Being very careful with this step. It is good practice to put your needle chuck on first. This will help not damage the front end of that needle as well. Using that little hole there that has a little bit of a dip in there will help you not stab it in the wrong area. Just push that in until you just feel it click on the end, and that's it. Just tighten it up. Now you can put the back handle back on and your fluid control knob. A few more other pieces here. I think the trigger would be next. Make sure this is nice and flat and even. Put your trigger lever on there. I have the shaft with the flathead on one side, and then your other end can drop in on that side. Now you just kind of give it a little pinch, hold it on one end, and tighten that screw back up. and make sure it's functioning properly, going back and feels nice. Now we just need to install the air valve components. Put the plunger back in, short side facing up. Give it a little push where it sticks out of that casing. Now you can put the spring back in and install the bottom of this extension valve, trying to get that hole into that plunger. Usually works fairly well. Tighten that up and give it a little push, making sure that seems to be functioning nice. There is this little plunger here that fell out earlier. It usually rests on the inside of the body in there, but now because it's off, I'll go ahead and put it on the lever like so. The bigger part of it is what's facing upwards. There is a little groove here which faces down. Counterclockwise spin, and it's all tight. Now I can put the handle back on. Lock it back down. Get that screw on there nice and tight where it's not wiggling around anymore. And now you can install your quick disconnect. And you've disassembled and reassembled your new Mobius GT. Enjoy your new airbrush and get it here at spraygunner.com.